Hey, welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome to the Soft Life. Now, over here, we do life with style and grace, always real classy base. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell because your RSVP is always confirmed. Hey y'all, it's Lori and welcome back to RSVP with Lori. If you're new here, I'm your go-to girl for grown woman glam, soft life living, and finding joy in everyday magic. Today's video is part romance, part foodie adventure, and part real talk because we're headed to Riverwalk Cantina in Grand Prairie, Texas for a date night. Yes, I am married, but we do date weekly, and that's important to us so that we remind each other that our relationship matters. Aww. So let me set the scene. We're talking about a charming little spot tucked inside the Gaylord Texan. It feels like you're strolling through an old world Mexican village. Stone pathways, balconies, lanterns, water flowing right through the middle of the restaurant. It's giving destination without the flight. I'm already dressed in a cute little sundress, soft glam beat, and ready to flirt over fajitas. And listen, date night is important, especially when you're 10 years in. We don't just go out. We reset, we reconnect, and we remember why we chose each other in the first place. When we walked in, that ambiance hit different. You hear the soft music playing, the lighting is low and romantic. Pretty much the whole place has that Instagram but make it peaceful vibe. My husband absolutely adores trains, and they had plenty of vintage train tracks to admire, so we took a look around before heading to the restaurant. When we got to the restaurant, we were greeted pretty quickly, seated next to the Riverwalk, and the views were really giving. And I always say, give me a water feature, a mocktail, and a man who opens my door, and you got my heart. Now let's get into the menu because you know we're vegan and I'm always a little cautious. We went into the date just planning for appetizers because we had already previewed the menu and weren't really too excited. Unfortunately, Riverwalk Cantina had very few veggie forward options, but the staff was super accommodating. Our waitress suggested veggie tacos, which my husband got, but I went on and just had guacamole as my entree. The veggie tacos came with an order of 3 with along with refried beans, black beans, and Spanish rice. They were pretty flavorful, which I did have a taste. Now, getting back to relationships, one thing I've learned is that when you found happiness within, nobody can disrupt that. The connection will stay alive as long as you can set boundaries. You don't need that white picket fence or Instagram-worthy photos or matching outfits or roses weekly. Only the parameters that you have set up personally for yourself, not the validation of others. As we've seen time and time again, we see couples that, go on these grand trips and love bomb each other. And, you think they're just a perfect couple. And 6 months later, they're headed to divorce court. You don't need those grandiose moments in time to impress other people. You got to impress each other. The same thing goes with friendships. You have to be genuine. Otherwise, 6 months or a year down the line, things are going to come into perspective. And those little things that you thought you could ignore, they're going to start getting on your nerves. You know what I mean? I digress. You can, for me and my husband, we can sit in silence, we can gossip, we can laugh, we can make future plans, but more importantly, we can be honest with each other. And, we've been that way since we met. So that's what I really appreciate about him. And I don't want to make this into something it's not. I'm just want to give my feedback on the Riverwalk Cantina. So let me get back to that. Now, they do have a live mariachi band at different occasions, usually holidays. I love the energy of the Gaylord Texan. Now, you can feel fancy even if you're just there for tacos. If you're ever in Grand Prairie or anywhere near DFW, I highly recommend you check out Riverwalk Cantina. It's great for date nights, girls' nights, or even solo dining if you just want to treat yourself. The ambiance is unmatched. The food is flavorful, and the experience definitely RSVP-worthy. I think it's great for a staycation. There's a water park for families. There is a spa. There's a fitness center. So you can definitely make a weekend of it. But thank y'all for coming along on this little date night journey. I hope this inspires you to make some time for romance, even if it's just a quick dinner with your forever flame. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe, and follow me on all socials, RSVP with Lori, for more more fashion, beauty, and lifestyle realness. Until next time, your RSVP is confirmed.